Yo, Kane fans, what's good, man? It's your boy Wise. I'm back. We'll go ahead and do this Miami versus Virginia UVA review. Um, 10-0, we undefeated. It's great to be 10-0, man. A long time coming. But so many improvements to be made. I think there was a lot of regression with the game on Saturday. Definitely about to speak to it. Um, for y'all that know me, y'all already know how this go. If you don't want to hear no real shit, cut it off. If you one of them Kane fans that only want to hear the good stuff, cut this shit off. We not here for that. We're here to keep it real and really evaluate, what happened on Saturday, you know what I'm saying, and the onset of looking, towards Pittsburgh. But, before I get into that, man, shout out Rick Era. Shout out Mark Rogers TV for sure. Shout out Reek and Swag. Shout out Alonzo1219 and you family. Shout out Birdman. All about the U83. Definitely appreciate, like I said, all the videos, man. I actually just was watching college football vids preview to the Pittsburgh game, but shout out everybody that do this shit for the U. You know what I'm saying? I think it's dope. I think we're all different, and we bring different things to the table. Um, the group me, the Canes, the all about the U group me. That was started or whatever. I think it's dope, man. We got to think about like 40 something Kane fans in there. We just created it, I think maybe like Thursday or something like that. But I think it's extremely dope. And the group me was going crazy during the game, and we just be talking Canes, scenarios and football all throughout the week, man. Um, it's dope. I love it. It helps work fly by like hell for me too. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody that's in the group me. I will put the link in the description if you would like to join. And some people only talk on game day. Some people they just be in there and be a lot of wild comments, a lot of different perspectives. But I think it's dope, that we discuss those things as Kane's family. Appreciate all the new subscribers, man. Anybody with the comments, like I said, I try to get back to all comments. But let's just go ahead and get into this review, man. So we're gonna do this a little different this time because I rewatched the tape and I took notes of every single mistake and I took notes of the really good things that happened, during the game. So, man, for y'all, that know how I usually do this, I just want y'all to bear with me a little bit. We're going to try something kind of a little different. So I'm going to go based off of the notes that I took. So let's kind of get into this, man. So obviously the final score, if I'm not mistaken, was like, 44-28. Yeah, we'll just get into these notes. I'm not going to. Okay, so on UVA first drive. On their first third down conversion, we only had one linebacker on the field, and that was Shaq Quarterman. And they had Carter was technically in the other linebacker spot. We was pretty much in a dime. We was in a dime package on their first down conversion. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was unique. I didn't see it, when I was watching the game. I was just too hyped, man. That's why I be having to go back and watch it. But I didn't see it initially. But we were actually in a dime package. And I know some of the people in the group me was saying Diaz needed to play more dime. He actually played dime more often than I can ever remember seeing him play it this year. It just was spotty, and he used it in certain instances. But anyway, we get back to the notes. So boom. Then we in a zone. I don't know why we was playing zone like that. We played a lot of cover two. Lots of cover two, man. My biggest thing that, didn't really make sense with the zone though was UVA is dink and dunk. That's what they do. So instead of playing press coverage, getting up on the line and disrupting the timing of the throws, we chose to play a zone and let Ben Kirk get hot. And he just dink and dunked all over the field until he, you know what I'm saying, decided to take some shots. So that just didn't make sense. Overall, though, in the run game, we were dominant all day defensively. So I'm not going to touch on too much of that in these notes. So yeah, we in a zone. McLeod is out of position, and I'm not picking on McLeod specifically. There's people that are out of position all through this video, but the majority of them are McLeod, which I'm pretty sure is not surprising for most folks. So McLeod's out of position. He gives up the catch, and he misses the tackle. Gives up the first down on a 2nd and 13. Like, just inexcusable. Okay, so 2 plays later, McLeod is out of position again. McLeod is out of position again 2 plays later, and it was on the touchdown to Zacchaeus. The rest of the defense took bad angles. Jaquan Johnson got blocked, but McLeod was actually supposed to be sitting right under where that curl route was, but instead he got overly aggressive and went further outside, and he was too close to Malik Young. You know what I'm saying? There was only maybe about 3 yards in between him and Malik when it should have been about 7 or 8 because he was in the wrong spot. You know what I'm saying? And I do appreciate Michael Jackson hustling like he did, you know what I'm saying, to even get over there to try to, you know, stop the touchdown. But just, you know, McLeod was the root of the problem on that play, because if he had been in position, not only would he have had a chance for a pick, but he would have at least gotten a chance to make a good tackle. But he was the reason for that, and the rest of the defense didn't help him out. Red Wine got caught up. They blocked Jaquan Johnson downfield. Malik was already on the hash, so, you know, he wasn't going to necessarily go nowhere. Just poor tackling, man. Poor tackling, poor breaking down, but just bad coverage by McLeod. Then we get the ball back, man. We try to run to the outside. Trevor Darling and Casey McDermott got whooped. Them boys, specifically McDermott, he got his ass kicked all day. And so did St. Louis. But McDermott was getting whooped like never before. I don't recall him being bad like this ever throughout the whole year. I'm talking about they took it to McDermott. What was that kid name? I don't remember his name, but I'll get to it later. He was fucking him up the whole game. And I'm sitting here watching this shit like, is this the McDermott that we know? And then Darling, you know what I'm saying? He was getting whooped too. Tyree St. Louis was getting his ass kicked the whole game, in my opinion. And I read an article on him recently saying that he's one of the best guys in pass protection, like the amount of pressures he's allowed the whole year. They said it's only been 11. Dog, between the FSU game where he was getting killed and this game, there were 11 pressures alone in those. So I don't know what they really count as a QB pressure, because I'm telling you, he was getting killed on the other side. But that's another story, man. We ain't going to even get into all of that. So 3rd and 9, Malik makes a good throw to Armon Richards and hits him. Armon Richardson hits him. It's a great completion. You know, we struggled on 3rd down the whole year, but I think we were 6 of 13 on Saturday. We had some key ones that we didn't convert, specifically in short down yardage, but we got some big ones overall. So right after Malik hits Richards for the 16-yard gain, got down here, Trevor Darling gets whooped again in the run game along with KC McDermott. So as soon as we convert the 3rd down, they get their ass kicked again. That shit was just out of control. And then on the next play, Malik throws a pick. It was definitely pass interference on the play. He threw the ball behind Jeff Thomas slick anyway. He didn't really lead him or whatever. But Malik started off terrible. He was throwing balls behind people all game long, and his performance was not good. He made some beautiful throws during the game, but overall his performance wasn't good at passing the ball. But so just bear with me, y'all, with these notes, man. I'm just trying to show the key points that were happening while these dudes was ending up, putting a fucking beating on us early in the game. So they get the ball back off the pick. UVA goes 4 wide. We leave the slot uncovered. They threw a bubble screen. Red Wine missed a tackle in the open field. And McLeod actually came up to clean it up, and it only gained 4 yards. So we just going to go back. What I'm trying to figure out with Manny Diaz is, why are we left the slot uncovered the entire game? Dog, this is simple, basic football. Manny Diaz be trying to be so complicated with all of these different schemes and mixing zone and man. Before you do that, Manny, before you do that, you have to make sure that these guys are properly aligned. Why are we leaving the slot uncovered, giving them 4 and 5 yards on an easy completion every time? That shit just don't make sense to me, man, but whatever. So it's 3rd and 3. We leave the slot uncovered again. Zacchaeus, I think, was the one that got the first down, but McLeod made a great play. He wrapped up. He forced a fumble. You know what I'm saying? Good shit, Zach. It was a great wrap-up tackle. Ball comes out. Michael Jackson recovers it. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. We cooking. We cooking. We was down 14-0 at the time. Wait, no. We actually was down 7-0 at that time. Get the ball. We take a shot down the field, man. Malik, he made the wrong throw to Richards. Richards beat Thornhill off the line. If he had led him, it would have been a touchdown, but Malik threw a bad ball that was short, and Richards, it ended up being a back shoulder throw. He catches it, goes out of bounds. If he leads him, it's an easy touchdown. I mean, that just was, it was just uncalled for, in my opinion. Then Malik misfires to Berrios again for the second time during the game. And then Homer's also was called for the chop block. So we get backed up even more. Then on the very next play, Tyree St. Louis got whooped in pass protection, forced Malik to throw it away. And then Malik has Berrios running wide open. I do mean wide open. Excuse me. And he threw it like 10 yards over his head. It was ridiculous. So then Chris Herndon gave a half-ass effort, you know what I'm saying, on the blocking for the punt on the next play. And he almost gave up the block the first time. And UVA actually changed up their personnel and sent that really long guy on that side where Herndon was, because the whole game he was not blocking in punt protection. I don't know if he was mad or disappointed because he wasn't getting the ball, but that kid usually comes to play every week, and he just didn't have it Saturday. I'm talking about he didn't have it at all. He made that one great block at the end of the game, but other than that, he was bullshitting. I watched him in punt protection every time, and he was half-ass the whole game. I don't know what was up with Herndon, like, seriously. So, boom. Second play of their drive, backed up in their territory. We in man coverage. McLeod calls out that he has the running back. Gets too overly aggressive and gives up the wide open flat route. Like, we in man. McLeod like, yeah, I got him. That's me. Call Hut. He runs downhill first, knowing he has the running back in coverage. The running back hits out in the flat. Wide open. And I'm just like, yo. So then, after that, the next play, Shaq is on a delayed blitz. And even though he's on a delayed blitz, he delayed his own blitz even further. He was on a delayed blitz. He went and then he hesitated again, and that gave Benkert enough time to get the ball off. In my opinion, Quarterman is not a good blitzer. He's okay, but Pinckney is the only linebacker that we have, in my opinion, that I think that we should be blitzing because he goes full speed. He understands how to blitz, and he's faster than Quarterman, like all around the board. That's a whole other story, man. So then the next play, this is a 75-yard touchdown. So bear with me, y'all, because we just breaking some of this stuff down, like, for real. So it looks like we're in a zone. Now, the root cause of the touchdown in the first place is Wilder is actually out of position. If you go back and watch the tape, Wilder was in the game. He's out of position, and when Joe Reed does his out and up, Redwine didn't pick him up. Completely blown coverage by Redwine. Assuming that we're in a zone because Malik Young is in zone. So is Wilder. So I'm just assuming that, we're obviously in a cover too because Malik had the flats pretty much. Nobody went directly to the flat. So if nobody comes to you, then you basically end up fading backwards. You know what I'm saying? You end up going towards playing deep thirds, but a man crossed him, so he took him. And Redwine was out of position and left him wide open. Completely blown coverage. And then once again, you got Michael Jackson sprinting downfield, dog. He hustling. And I appreciate it too, man. That boy hustled down there. He just over-pursued the play. Buddy cut back, and they scored. They try the onside. They obviously don't get it. The very next play after the onside, though, Malik doesn't recognize the corner blitz. I don't know how he don't see that, but he gets decked. And then, which that's all his fault. Next play, Malik underthrew Jeff Thomas. It would have been a touchdown, but it was a bad pass by Malik again. But it happened to be a catch by Jeff Thomas. Then Malik made a bad read to Berrios. He was being basically double covered in the red zone pretty much. And Malik almost threw a pick. And then it's 3rd and 8, and Malik throws the beautiful fade, to Armon Richards. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Malik for that throw. That throw was beautiful. He put it in the perfect spot. Richards went up, made the play on the ball, so we cooking. Okay. I'm like, we good. Boom. Bashley kicks the ball out of bounds. I don't know what the fuck was up with him. He fucking missed the extra point too. Now, we early in the second quarter at this point, y'all, and I'm finna speed it up some, but only 2 times the slot guy was covered all the way up early into the second quarter. Only 2 times. 3rd and short, slot uncovered again. Receiver was wide open, but they threw it to the outside guy. It was still a first down because we was playing that soft-ass zone still. No man press. Then on the next play, the slot was uncovered. Once again, left wide open. But Chad Thomas was able to get pressure, and Benkert had to throw it away, which was, by the way, his first incompletion of the game. He was like 13 of 13 at that point, or 12 of 12. Okay, boom. It's 3rd and 13. They throw the check down, and we gang tackle. So, boom. We get the ball back. Malik makes a great throw for the first down, and then a great play for the first down. Then he, on that nice scramble, then we threw the screen to Richards. Nobody blocked, including Herndon. He didn't block no fucking body on 3rd down, so we got a punt. They muff it. Travis Homer recovered it. Shout out to Travis Homer. He got the turnover chain. That boy was over there. He was piped up like he was in a club, you know what I'm saying? Flexing to take somebody lady or something, man. That boy Travis Homer, he did his fucking thing, especially in the second half. But so we get that, and then Rick takes a shot. Malik throws a beautiful ball down the seam to Dayall Harris. Perfect pass, drops it in there, amazing. So we cook it. 14 up. Then we left the running back wide open out the backfield again. The running back in the flats was open the whole game. Between that and the slot, every single time Benkert threw the ball, there was somebody open, pretty much. Almost every time. It was crazy. Then they get that weak-ass roughing the passer call on Joe Jackson, whatever. So 2 plays later, slot guys uncovered again, 5-yard gain. So y'all see where I'm going with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to even read the whole thing. Boom. RJ McIntosh is a beast. He's going to the NFL. There's probably nothing we can do at this point. But I think the great thing is RJ is playing so good that he's overshadowing the fact that we have Kendrick Norton. And I think Norton ends up staying because RJ is getting all of the love from the scouts. So that's what I think. Even the announcers knew it. RJ McIntosh on at least 3 different occasions blew up 3rd and short for them by himself. He's too fast. He's too quick. He's too strong, bro. The dude's a monster. And they were saying that the best thing about RJ is that he doesn't have to make plays to affect the game. And they were talking about when you're talking about how a guy translates to the NFL, that's the kind of stuff that that the scouts are looking at. Like, does he have to make the tackle or can he wreak so much havoc that it's a problem? They started doubling him and he still was getting off. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to RJ. Malik just made a bunch of terrible throws, man. A bunch of terrible throws. But I do want to point out, you know what I'm saying, it was more mistakes, man. Like, they ran a reverse and McLeod over pursues. You know what I'm saying? He goes the wrong way. He didn't recover to the play side. Trent Harris got outran to the corner, but it wasn't even his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just bad. Then they ran a counter play that looked like a pass. Pinckney had the guy in the slot. McLeod had the running back. McLeod over pursued again. Quarterman got blocked on the inside. Pinckney's out of position. And then, McLeod's out of position. Then Jaquan Johnson makes the tackle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to even go through the rest of the notes, man. I got plenty more shit. But my whole point is too many mistakes, man. Like, we just leaving. We was giving him stuff. You know what I'm saying? We was giving him stuff the whole game. I just didn't understand why we was giving him stuff. But the offensive line got their ass kicked all game long. It was embarrassing. I hope Saros rips them a new one because I'm telling you, dog, that shit was ridiculous. They was getting their ass murdered the whole game. I'm like, yo, really? Travis Homer's a fucking man, though. You know what I'm saying? That boy really manned up. And on all of his good runs, it wasn't even because of great blocking. Except for maybe on that 38-yard run. But even then, he broke 3 tackles and broke out on them boys. Then he hit the DBZ celebration. That shit had me. I didn't even see it till after the game. I was in the group me letting them boys know. That shit was crazy, man. But shout out Homer. Shout out Mark Richt with that amazing play call on 3rd and goal to seal the game up. Jaquan Johnson is the best safety in college football, period. He's better than everybody. He leads us in tackles. I think he got 74 tackles on the year. The boy got, 4 interceptions, a sack, a forced fumble. You know what I'm saying? He has a fumble recovery. But he do it all for us. And he saved our ass with that amazing pick 6. Great call by Manny Diaz. We was actually manned up on that play. Manned up, I think, and sent 7 guys in there. But shout out to Ben Kirk, man. He played a great game. He took everything we gave him. But he did make some excellent throws, in particular that deep ball on Malik, to close out the half. Redwine was out of position, actually. He was supposed to have over the top, but he didn't. That's another mistake that I'm talking about. It's just shit like that. Then we get beat on the other touchdown, and D. Delaney, you know what I'm saying, loses the fact that he has this guy in coverage. You know what I'm saying? Eyes on the quarterback. Like, I don't know what we was doing. But we only surrendered 7 points. You know what I'm saying? In the second half, Manny Diaz didn't really make any adjustments, which I was surprised by. We did play way more dime in the second half. We played dime kind of, in some nice spots, y'all. So I think he's going to use it more because Amari Carter is like the key person in that dime package because he pretty much puts him next to Quarterman, you know what I'm saying, as the linebacker or whatever. But yeah, man, we won the game, though. Malik made some beautiful passes. Homer played his ass off. The defense came up big in the second half. think we just did what we had to do to win. I knew UVA was gonna come ready to play. For sure, they was definitely gonna come ready to play. But man, we have to be better. You know what I'm saying? Malik was fucking up passes the whole game. He made some beautiful ones, but I was counting his incompletions that were his fault, and I think, excuse me, there might have been one drop. Ball he threw behind Dale Harris that I guess would be a drop. But Malik just got to play better than that, man. That was ridiculous. The offensive line can't get their ass kicked in Pitt because we going to have to be able to run the ball. And like I said, man, we got whooped up front. UVA came to play. Salute to them. We just got to do our fucking job, man. We really do, y'all. Like, we can't be affording this shit. Like, we was playing with fire on Saturday way too much. And I didn't really have a problem with the play calling on offense, to be honest. This is probably, the first game outside of last week. I didn't even have a problem that much with the play call. I mean, Rick's going to continue to run inside more than he should, knowing that we're not good at run blocking. But eventually Homer's going to break one with that. So, I mean, it was kind of okay. And then they did some runs to get DJ on the edge and stuff like that. More so what it was just Malik missing a lot of throws. But the kid left it all out on the field, man. He did what he had to do to win the game. I just would like him to be more accurate. And then that other pick he threw. I don't know if y'all noticed, I think Malik has thrown, don't quote me, I think 9 picks on the year. I know for a fact that 5 of those interceptions have come from him trying to force the ball to Jeff Thomas. 5 of them. The first one was the pass interference. Boom, got hit up. The next one was that he keep trying to throw jump balls to Jeff Thomas when he should just be throwing it out in front of him. That pick. If you go back to the Virginia Tech game, when he threw it in 36, made a great play on the ball, that interception. And then you go back to the North Carolina game, if I'm not mistaken, when he threw a pick, he was trying to force it to Jeff Thomas. And then also that other pick in the Virginia Tech game was actually Jeff Thomas's fault. So that's 5 that I can think of. I don't know about the other ones, but Malik just has to stop trying to force certain throws. And if he had thrown those balls where they needed to be thrown in front of guys instead of throwing it behind them, then they wouldn't have even been in the position that they was in. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We came out with the win, man. A bunch of areas for improvement. This Pitt game is Friday at noon. So we definitely need to make sure, that we cover all our basis points. I need to see Manny Diaz's interview for the week because I really want to know what the fuck he was doing. And I'm not even bored. I really need to know what he was doing on defense. I'm confused. And I think one of the main things that backfired is he wanted to be so complicated. He was mixing this down, we playing zone, this was playing man, and it was obviously confusing the players. It was confusing them guys. Dog, just man up and let them guys play. If you're going to play some zone here and there, that's cool. But we have the guys that play man coverage. But Diaz just be wanting to be so complicated and shit, dog. Just let these kids play. He's trying to make stuff, because when it works, it's great. But when you make us play as much zone as we played and try to mix it in with the man to confuse the quarterback, knowing that we haven't done that heavily, like, you just making stuff too complicated. You know what I'm saying? These kids can't compute that information like that because this is in the heat of the game, dog. Like, I just don't agree with his defense and play calling the entire game for the most part. But, it is what it is, man. Diaz, you was on fire the last 2 weeks. I don't know what you did. Really, the last 3 weeks, absolutely on fire. And I take that back, the last 4, including that Syracuse game. But I don't know what you did this week. Shout out to the run defense, man, for being dominant. And we took care of business, man. I'll probably post the Pitt review. Pitt preview probably tomorrow. I got to check out to see what's going on because I don't know who's starting at quarterback. And I got to check out some more of the film, man. But we just need to make sure we come ready to play, open up the playbook, And I think we'll handle business, man. It's your boy Wise signing out.